Oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I mean, to see so many different backgrounds and traditions all coming together, and especially worship in a way that's relevant and real to them, all blending together with all their different ways of doing things is fantastic. And yeah, wonderful to hear their singing back, the response of praise and worship. Yeah, it's been really good. On a very basic level, I think, isn't it great that Christians are coming together to celebrate and to declare? We live in a time of sadness all around. But I think it's encouraging to see people come together. And I think out of that, to see them to come together to worship and to pray, God hears our prayers, and I'm looking for great things that happen in the heavenlies as we lift up our voices. Let's see what happens. I mean, I think there's all sorts of spin-offs that could, in practical terms, maybe taking a thing like this on the road across the country would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Or across Europe, to see this kind of model of worship and prayer blended and mixed together, I think is absolutely fantastic. God hears our prayers, He hears our songs and enunciations of worship. I think it joins us together and it solidifies the truth that we all hold dear. And there's a spiritual dynamic that's released in the heavens. So blessing over London, blessing over England, blessing over UK and Europe is what we're looking for, isn't it? For the church to rise up and bless others in Jesus' name. Well, prayer on a very foundational level is speaking to God. And as Christians, we're born into a relationship with God. It's not just a kind of God through the printed page or God through the abstract truth. It's a relationship, and a relationship involves us speaking to God, God speaking to us. If we're going to hear God speak to us, we need to listen, and we need to take opportunity to actually hear His voice. So I see prayer as a two-way thing. As we give our prayers to God, we need to be open to hearing to what He's saying back to us, and then we enunciate it, we give it back again to God. For me, prayer, is very important. Out of that relationship comes the confessions of truth. Out of that relationship comes the discovery about more of what God is, and to be able to pray about the things that impact us in the society around. And I think also worship and prayer are very much integrated. Book of Revelation tells us how in the elders had in one hand incense rising up to God, and in the other hand a harp playing to God, and the two things joining together. A lot of the songs that we sing are prayers, aren't they? They're saying, God, come move in our land. God, we need more of your spirit. The prayers that we're just putting to music. I think it was Augustine, actually, a great person way back in history, who once said, he who sings prays twice. They pray the words and they pray the melody, and I think that's it, isn't it?